Hello, this is Gordon from Metaverse and Crypto. It's September 4th, coming at you with another video here. Today we're going to give an update on SquidGrow. We've been doing a lot of these lately. This one's actually outside of the 9 announcements they're having, but the other day they announced that they're actually doing an upgrade or a new version to their BSC side of their contract. They've released their contract on ETH a while ago, and that contract is newer and more upgradable, and so they need to do some changes. And they released a Medium document which covers some of these things, which we're going to get into fairly quickly. They did have an AMA as well, so if you want to get over there into their Telegram, that's going to be look below. It's linked in this video as well. So if you want to get into that, their Telegram, their socials. Again, this is not financial advice, just giving you some education and updates on the token. Please do your own research. And also, if you do like my videos, please like and subscribe, and I'll keep bringing you some more content. So what was covered in the discussion? Well, if you can see here, they're doing a BSC upgrade, as I mentioned, and they give a number of reasons for it. The first one is liquidity pairing. Well, they have some issues that are going on. Well, actually, before we get into the reasons why, there's going to be nothing for the holders to do. So basically, they're going to airdrop the tokens to you. All you have to do is just put in a new contract, and boom, you're done. If you're staking on the BSC side, you don't even have to unstake. They have access to all the numbers. They'll just airdrop you. Just make sure you check so you know your the value of your token, not the value, the number of tokens that you have, and they're going to drop them one per one in the new contract. So you don't have to do anything. You don't have to unstake. You don't have to send your tokens anywhere. They're going to take care of all that underneath. When they do get to the process, they're going to lock the contract, and then they'll have to, you won't be able to trade on it probably for around 24 hours as they get things done. And Satoshi going to be, taking the liquidity out of the current contract, putting into the new one and setting it all up, and so boom, it'll be done. Okay, so nothing really for the individuals to do other than when it's released, get the contract address and put it in. So the reasons for this, they've been having issues with liquidity pairing on the BSC side, and part of this is that the contract doesn't fire, as they explained. They need the 150 billion tokens to move at least 7 times for the liquidity to pair up and move forward. And as the value of the token increases, doing that the probability of that happening is less and less. You need whales to start moving it just because of the value of it. So when they were up around 50 million market cap, there was challenges with this, and Satoshi himself was in a wallet that's not taxed, was actually having to transfer this 14 times back and forth to actually get the contract to fire and match up. So they've been waiting on this one for 7-8 months to do that. So that's one of the reasons. The SAM integration. So basically, this is when they integrating other products into it. They have a utility which allows them to actually bring other buy out other tokens they bought out Versatile Finance, and injecting that money they can put into the token, and the liquidity side. So they basically can integrate this new function to be seamless and smooth if they're amalgamating other projects that are coming to them. Thirdly, there's a zero tax that's going on. The current BSC contract only allows a minimum of 1%. On the east side, they can do zero, and they don't want to do anything different. Also, the tax, that they have, so they don't want, when they want to scale it down in the future and they eventually want to get to zero, they want to be able to do this on the BSC side as well. So right now, the lowest they can go is 1% buy and sell on BSC, and they don't want to be any different on these sides. So that, and this is a challenge also, getting into some of the large SECs, the central exchanges, that they want zero tax, or so it's a hindrance to getting into some of those tier one central exchanges. So getting this contract done for having a zero tax functionality is is there as well. Also, the transfer tax is currently pegged together to the sell tax. So they actually, this is a separate function in the ETH contract. So right now, if they, set the sell tax to 1%, that's what the transfer tax is, and they want to kind of remove this transfer tax. So having the functionality separate, they could set a 0% transfer tax right now and still have, a 1% or 2% sell tax or whatever they did. They can separate that. So that's another reason for doing it, because the way the BSC one is, that the transfer tax is pegged with the sell tax. So they have that as well. Also, for new investors as well, the contract addresses are going to be the same on either BSC or ETH. So they've actually been able to, the new contract is going to be the same contract address. So whether you're, have the ETH or the BSC side, you'll be able to actually have the same contract. And then decimals as well. So another one of the reasons that was kind of being a hindrance for larger and getting into the futures market is that the decimal places on the contract right now for BSC are 19 decimal places, which is different than the typical 18 you sometimes see. They're going down to 9 decimal places, which is specifically when they want to get into the futures market on some of these larger exchanges. So they're going to actually add that as one of the things down the road. So that's a positive. So you can get into some SquidGrow futures in the future as these get listed on these larger exchanges. So looking forward to that. So they're going to be reducing the decimals on that, and then they're going to be able to establish the bridge as well that they have. So internally, that allows to move between BSC and ETH. So and once they get onto these larger tier one exchanges, you can actually do the exchanging there, but having a bridge allows it to be decentralized as well. So this is kind of the reasons that they have for updating it. A lot of good reasons that they're going forward, changing it. And also at this time, I guess the other big news that they had is that there's going to be no more staking. So they're going to be removing staking. Um, a lot of people really like staking and earning, but it's costing the token and seeing a lot of bleed off and selling. And Shibtoshi himself has put in 1.8 million in the last 2 quarters, the last 6 months, to pay for the staking, and it's just not sustainable anymore. So at this point in time, the staking has kind of served its purpose. So they're going to be removing that with a new contract as well. So you won't be able to do that. So once the new contract is dropped, the staking contracts will go away, and just basically you have to buy and sell, or to take any profits, you're going to have to sell the tokens that you have now. And the hope is that this will reduce some of the sell pressure that as people have been staking and earning good returns, because previously it was 100% APR on the staking returns, and it's been reduced down to 10%, and it's still not manageable as far as that. And especially when the CEO himself is actually covering the cost of it. So I see this as a kind of a good thing to reduce the sell pressure that's going forward. Yeah, everybody likes to get the free tokens, but that is what it is. So we're going to go forward with this, and you can have a new contract on the BSC side. It'll be exactly the same as what's going on ETH, so we can do some of these things. Looking forward to bringing you more updates. If you like my content, please like and subscribe. This is Gordon from Metaverse and Crypto.